Hello everyone. So for today, I wanted to do a quick sew with me on how to make these pretty little flowers to put on maybe your junk journal covers. Let me get one out. Just grabbing a cover that I have sitting here, fabric cover, and they're pretty bulky, so I wouldn't put them inside a junk journal, but they'd be perfect for journal covers. They're bulky enough, but not too bulky too when it comes down to that. So this is my quick little sew with me, is these cute little flowers things. Not sure how well this is going to work, but figure let's try. Now I am going to stick this up against here, and we're going to actually sew this whole strip together and see how it comes out. We'll see. I haven't done it with lace yet, so I used a doily, or not doily, the like eyelet ones before, so we'll see how this turns out. I'm just doing that. Stick it in, pull it out. I personally like to tie the string 3 times, 2 to 3 times. Normally it's 3 times though, just because. Two, and then my 3rd time here. And sorry if you hear the walking across the floor, it's the upstairs neighbors again. They like making noise, as you know. Just wanted to make sure this first one gets in to here. And I try to keep it as straight as I can, going up and down. Doesn't always work, but I can always make an effort in trying with these. And again, I've never done it before like this, so I just pull lightly. I try to make sure when I'm pulling it lightly, you keep this part out like this, just so then if you need to go back a little bit, you can, and it isn't going to affect it too much as you're going forward and backward, forward, or backward and forward. And then again, I just hold it at the tip and pull on it gently, but sometimes you accidentally pull on it a little too much. Alright. It popped out at me. Alright, we're good. Doesn't want to go into this one area here. There we go. Sorry if you saw my head for a few seconds or minutes there. But again, I'm just going backwards and forwards with it as much as I can, then gently pulling as much as I can. Okay. That's the end of this. So pull this out this way. And I'm just going to cut off this end here piece so it doesn't. Yeah, sometimes you have that where your end piece is just a little too long if you're doing double. Easy, just clipped it off. Set that to the side so I can use it for something else. Alright. Really does not want to stay together. Okay. Well, we'll just make it come together then. There's an easy way of doing that. Just so. So all I'm doing right now is just sewing this across here a little bit. So it's going to look better aesthetically, hopefully. It does not like being nice to me, this thread, sometimes. I don't know. I'm not much of a sewer. I'm still learning, so this was just one of them things I recently learned, so I figured I'd show you. I actually was inspired by Pinterest to do this one. That's where my initial inspiration for these were. I like the top half. I do not like that bottom half. I might just clip that off. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it right off. I don't like it. That happens. You don't like what you make. If you have a way of salvaging it, do so. Again, I never tried it with this lace. I thought, oh, it might look good. Definitely not. Did not like that. Alright. But I do love this. How this looks. Other than some of these strings. But that's the point. You need to try new things in order to sometimes learn. Experiment with it. Maybe you have an idea to make this lace idea work. I don't know. But I do know I didn't like it. So it'll still end up looking like a pretty flower in the end, either way. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright. I'm going to use this little bit that's left over of thread here and try to make a small one. A smaller one, I should say. And I recommend having long nails when doing this. I'll have to admit, if I had short nails, this would not be going as great. Alright. But yeah, I'm just, again, going back and forth. And it's a bit of a struggle. I mean, don't expect it to be perfect. I sure don't. But this is a great way of building a stash of like flowers that you can use for your junk journals, for your covers. And again, I'm trying to make it as crinkly as possible here, because I understand it. What I'll do is connect them. Sorry, I'm just trying to see where my... There we go. You know what movie I really miss seeing at the current moment? Grown Ups. Loved that movie. Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2. I loved them. They were awesome movies. Especially when you're stuck watching Descendants with your kids all the time. My oldest. again, still loves Descendants, so, and she doesn't get that one of the main characters had died, so she really does not get it. You know, she thinks the guy's still alive. And it's hard to explain to a 7-year-old, you know, that there's death around. And I have a bunch of these buttons, but I never seem to use buttons in my journals. Like, they're bulky and they kind of drive me nuts. So I never really end up using them. So if you ever feel like you're the same way I am, not using some of your supplies like buttons, this is a great way of using them. Without feeling like you're hoarding them, per se. I mean, it ain't the most perfect flower in the world, but I'll still use it for what it's made for. That's all that matters. Again, not trying to be perfect, but that's how I make them. I'm only going to make one, I think, on screen, but again, it's just a lovely way to use some of them. Like, when I'm making stuff, sometimes I just have these strips, you know, just random strips. And I've been trying to come up with ways to use these random strips that I have just hanging out. And I thought these would be a great way of using them because some of them are big, you know. And these ones I didn't sew the ends up, but I'm thinking they would have looked better if I did. But I'm wondering if I just use a little bit of my Fabri-Tac, it might just fix that issue for me. Yeah, that was an easy way of fixing it. So now you know. You can always add a little, if you don't want to sew up these edges together, you could try using a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the ends, like this one. They just don't line up really well with each other, and this way no one even notices. They know there's a seam there, but it ain't like noticeable. You know, makes it a little less noticeable, the seams. So I think that's what I'm going to do from now on, is use Fabri-Tac. So here we go, these three. And again, they'll work great as a little thing for on our covers. And they're pretty well flat. This one's really flat. This one is a little bulky, and this one's a little bulky, but this one's pretty flat. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a quick little sew with me, a little bit of hand sewing, which I don't do much of. I know very basic stitches, so And that was your very basic stitch there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Bye.